Definitely gonna need more death wheels. Woo! Look at that. This is fun. Got it all opened up and prepped. This is the inner piece here. This goes down to this rail. So I have to make a new piece there, and then the outer rocker panel covers all that up. So I should be able to weld some, and I'm going to probably have to rivet some parts of it because I won't be able to get up in there with a torch. Everything's been sprayed with a rust treatment that turns that rust into oxide. So just need to start building pieces. All right, so this is the inner rocker panel assembly, and it's welded here, and then plug welds all along here, and then because of the condition of the metal, I just thought it was best to use stainless steel pop rivets. And there's an inner piece that goes up inside, and this inner rocker, it's most of the strength of this side of the chassis, so it's important that this gets stiffened. So when I made this piece, I rolled a bead in just to give it more stiffness. And before, when the car was on these jack stands placed here, the doors would not shut. They shut okay when the car was on tires. So what I did is I jacked the car up with a jack underneath the rear axle and from the front of the car, and welded this in place. Now the doors open and close whether the car's on the jack or not. So both sides improved quite a bit. So now I got to grind these welds down, these plug welds flush, because the outer panel now, which is going to be the tricky thing to fit, comes down and goes into there. And I've got the panels made up, so it's just going to take some time to fit them. So on the other side, I've got the welds kind of ground down. I need to go back over and fill in some voids, which is usually what happens after you grind them down, is you see some of your voids. And then I applied some paint. I'll show you on the other side how it looks. I'll take you down so in case you don't understand exactly where we're working at on this car. This is the side here that is, I just need to go back over and touch up the welds a little bit. You can see there's the black part is the painted panel. I painted the back side before I installed it. Now I painted this side with Rust-Oleum 2K, and then we'll cover it up. Sorry about that. We'll cover it up with a piece that goes over there, and once again I'll preload the car on the suspension. So when I weld that in there, that will also help support this back half of the chassis, keep it from flexing. So this car is gonna ride and handle way better. Just for context of where we're working on this car is this lower rocker panel area here. This is a unibody car, so most all of the strength is in this lower area here. So this side here, I'm about ready to install the outer rocker, and that's going to be a little bit more time consuming because it's important to have this all fit well. But I'm not going to try to butt weld this surface here, because you can see there's a fair bit of filler here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an offset lip underneath, and then probably start it with some pop rivets, and then edge weld, just weld this in. And I'm afraid that this material, you can feel the back side of it is kind of flaky, so it's not going to weld real well. So this is what the outer rocker panel pieces look like. This one's been roughly cut, and this is left side, and I've put an offset in it using this pneumatic offset tool, and this will lip under, and I'll show you on the other side. I've got the other side installed what I did. So you have context of where this is all located on the car. I'll start from up here, come on down and show you. This is the outer panel. So this one, what I'm doing is I put the offset in and I pop riveted. You see there's a, actually it's because I beveled it back so far, but there's a skin coat of Bondo here. So these are stainless steel rivets. I painted the back side of this piece so inside it won't rust. Stainless steel rivets, so they're not going to rust and come back and haunt me years later. But there's a chrome strip that goes along here, and I'm trying to keep everything. You can kind of see the outline of where the top of it is, and make this the breaking point. So any fliggity floggities that come up, they won't really be seen because the chrome strip will break that up. So to fit underneath, you can see I'm going to plug weld to the inner piece. This is the rail here, and this will get all better finished. And then the only problem that I'm having is, because my skill levels aren't as high as some, is that this transition right here, this is wrong. Anyways, I think that this car's had a quarter panel put on it at one time. I'm not sure, but if it was years ago. But there's a big wrinkle right here. Anyways, I'm going to cut and relieve that wrinkle, and then I'm going to have to kind of fudge this out, this panel out some, and this in some, and then maybe even make additional pieces. I'll make it look good. It's just going to be a little extra time. You can see from the bulge right here, there's a, you can see the quarter panel's a little loose. Somebody has done something here, and yeah. So the plan is that it's not just going to be pop rivets, but I'm gonna weld this all along here too. Just the pop rivets, just get it sucked in and in place, because I didn't have any other good way to hold that panel in there, so I'm using these pop rivets as kind of a way to hold the panel in place while I weld it, more than anything. But you know, as a last resort, the pop rivets will hold too, so kind of got double strength. Plus so getting back to the theory that I'm using is that by having double thickness right here, when I weld this on, I will do what I did with the inner one, put a jack underneath the back axle, put the weight of the car on the back axle, same thing in the front, and then weld this together, and that will kind of preload this and add to the stiffness. So make sure that the door closes and that there's no sag in the body when this car gets jacked up, and you know, it makes it much stiffer going down the road. Fender wells look pretty good otherwise. Everything looks pretty decent. There's a lot of undercoating all over this car. I cleaned up all this area here, and because I just wanted to verify that I had good structure, everything looks good. So this car is going to be rock solid when I get done with it. And I didn't have to put an entire quarter panel on, which I think AMD wants $750 now for a full quarter panel. Plus, you just once you open these cars up, you just it keeps going and going and going. I want to drive it again this spring. Plus, I got a car show coming up in March. Okay, so here's the right side panel all fit up. It's ready to weld. Edge weld here. This is in that offset, so the rivets are just to suck everything up nice and tight. Then when finishing up, I wind up grinding off the rivet heads. That's just fine. And then I just wanted to show you that this is where the trim goes. So that this will all be underneath the trim. So even if there's a seam showing, it's going to be buried under the trim. So then plug weld the bottom. I got the holes all put in. It's going to be just fine. Yeah, this is showing the side that I've welded. Panels back in. Everything's welded. Now, I'm going to catch flack, but that's okay. It's my car. But being that there's so much filler on this thing, I don't have to grind all these welds down perfectly flush and run the risk of getting thin. Remember, we got rivets in here. We're all edge welded. And I just ground it down far enough to, this is really nice here, but this is actually the quarter panel, and the quarter panel comes down and rolls in underneath. So, but we're now back to metal instead of rust and Bondo, and that was it. And there'll be a fair amount of filler on this side. This tape line is the drop dead line. That's the top of my trim, so you can see I'm almost there. There was some kind of a big dent here. They just completely filled it with filler. So got my fender lip back here, and the other side. Now the next step is I've wire wheeled all this and cleaned it, and I'm actually going to, and once again, there's arguments that can be made about both sides, but I'll put the high strength fiber filler on over the seam first, and then I'll somewhat smooth it up, and then we'll use regular filler after that. Some people say you should put an epoxy primer on there. Well, I'm not going to mix up $100 worth of epoxy primer to patch to do this spot. As long as the car isn't driven year-round and in the wintertime, it's not going to haunt me. It's going to be good for 20 years anyway, so we're extending the life of this car. I'll show you the other side. So this is the passenger side. I've got my covering layer in. I'm going to catch the other side up and then do my grinding, and then I'll just have to blend this, and then I guess the next step is the regular filler, and then use a good primer on it. And then you can use your sandable primer, but to me the seal is the good primer. So you get the good primer on there, and that seals it up. And this stuff is biting into bare metal. And then finish it out and paint it up. And this is so far under the car, and I have to tell you that it is challenging to even weld laying on your back, pointing up on the underside of a car on the floor. So I might have got better results if I would have had the thing up on a hoist about waist high. Okay, everything's been filled. 80 grit with a file board, and sanded out. Turned out I had another hole here, so I had to patch that. So this is a sealing primer that's put on there, and then I'll start building up the filler primer after this and start block sanding. It should turn out pretty good. Everything's pretty decent and straight. I think I'm going to be pretty happy with the results. All right, paint's on. No runs, no sags. Came out nice. Everything went about the way I wanted it to. This side looks pretty good too. So here's the finished product. So down there, it focused on my finger. Down there, I got the paint line just a hair above the trim line, but it's fine. The other side looks about the same. The rocker panels look great. Big improvement for this car. Did this part like 3 or 4 times now, so keep forgetting this or that, or what date, and what week is it? I don't know. I got dementia. I don't know. Anyways, this car is going to be at the Fort Wayne Rod and Custom Show coming up, and that's on March 27th, 28th, 29th. Got that right. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that the cost of this project was $500-ish. Plus or minus some. Leaned on some friends to help me, and paid cash as I went. So this project probably would have cost, I don't know, $3,000, $5,000, I don't know, somewhere in there. Body work and all this stuff, all the hours. You know, they're getting 150. I don't know. Some shops hire dollars an hour now. You know, overhead burden. I get it, but also this is kind of a do-it-yourself thing. That's kind of what we do, is we do it ourselves and see how good we can do it, and I think it turned out just fine. If I don't point it out to you, you probably would never notice it. So so that being said, let's move on to business, which is if you want to subscribe, I really appreciate it, and thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for watching the video, and if you share, that would be a great help, and also if you click that like button. So don't be shy, and give a brother a hand. So thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Upcoming videos, I almost forgot to do that part. Upcoming videos, we'll be preparing this car for the car show. I bought a enclosed trailer, so that all took time in between doing all this. Plus we went to Autorama while I was doing all this too. So I'll shoot out some shorts, maybe even do a video of the Autorama. I don't know. It's time consuming to do these videos. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.